Well, Jesus' mission, when he began his ministry, he unveiled in Luke 4 the business of the church. For himself, he began it, he lived it, he did it, and he left it for us to continue in that vein. And so as the church, we are called to live as Jesus lived, to do as Jesus did, to address the injustices in society. I think as a church, we have done a partial part of that in compassion and mercy, but a holistic ministry would also seek justice. And so as Jesus did that for the poor and the hungry, the marginalized, so too must the church. Well, we live in a time of do more and doing more. There's ways of communicating that we can get a lot more done through email, cutting and pasting and mail merge and those sort of things. But time is a high value. And if we can sit down and actually write out our thoughts, handwritten letters is a rare art form these days. And I think it makes a huge statement to the receiver that someone took the time to write a letter on behalf of those who cannot speak for themselves. People in Congress represent their constituents. We have voted to put these people in office. To receive handwritten letters from people who have actually voted them in, I think would mean a whole lot to members of Congress in the sense that we are paying attention to what they're doing. We are the ones who have been responsible for putting them in office, and there's some responsibility that they have to act on behalf of their constituents. And so when Congress members receive handwritten letters, it's incumbent on them to pay attention to what their constituents are saying, that there's a concern and they need to act on behalf of that concern. Expanding the earned income tax credit can go a long way in households that have other responsibilities other than feeding their household. So with an extended or expanded earned income tax credit, people who have to worry about, do I buy food or do I pay my bills? Do I buy food for my family or do I get a prescription filled? They would have extra income to be able to handle those responsibilities. And so the changes in tax policies for earned income credit can help tremendously in those households that need that extra income. The act of letter writing and a handwritten response can be a prayerful response to God. It can be an offering if we perceive it as an offering to God. It has the potential of allowing the Holy Spirit to work, to illuminate to the letter writer what the deeper issues are. It's not political issues, but it's issues of moral responsibility. And so that particular exercise can be one where we're not only being made more aware of the issues, but God is using us, directing us, empowering us to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. So I believe it's not only critical in helping those who don't have a voice, but it's critical in our own discipleship. It's critical in helping to transform us and make us more aware of the issues in our world that we need to be a part of making right.